Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Batesh, and today we will be reviewing types of sentences. There are 4 types of sentences. 1 is declarative, 2 interrogative, 3 exclamatory, and 4 imperative. The first sentence, declarative, is a sentence that tells a statement. Okay? And if you look at the word declarative, you might find the word declare, which can give you a little bit of a hint as to what type of sentence that is. When you look at an interrogative sentence, that sentence asks a question, okay? And it might remind you of the word interrogate, okay? Number 3 is exclamatory. In an exclamatory sentence, we are showing emotion. And if you look at the word exclamatory, you might see the word exclaim, which is to show strong feelings. And in the 4th type of sentence, an imperative sentence, we are giving a command. Okay, and I don't have a hint for that one, but if you think of something, just let me know. Okay, it's important to understand these types of sentences because at the end of these sentences, you will find different punctuation marks. At the end of a declarative sentence, you will always find a period. Okay, an interrogative sentence that asks a question will always end in a question mark. In an exclamatory sentence, you will always find an exclamation point at the end, okay? And in an imperative sentence, that's the only one that's a little bit tricky because when you give a command, such as pass the salt, that's pretty much just a request, and those type of commands will end in a period. But sometimes when you command something of someone and you show a lot of emotion in that command, you will have an exclamation point at the end, something like put your seatbelt on, right? That's something more emotional, and you'll find an exclamation point at the end of that sentence. Okay, so let's go over some sentences and figure out what type of sentences these are. Okay, my dad drove me to the store. Okay, that is me telling you something and making a statement. Okay, so what type of sentence do you think that would be? Okay, take a minute to think about it. My dad drove me to the store. Okay, that is a declarative sentence. If you said declarative, good job. And I am going to add a period at the end of the sentence because it is just making a statement. The second sentence, do you know what I did yesterday? Okay, what type of sentence do you think that is? I'm actually asking a question, so that would be an interrogative sentence, and that would mean I would need a question mark at the end of that sentence. That was the scariest roller coaster. Okay, that is showing a lot of emotion, so it would need an exclamation point at the end because it's an exclamatory sentence. The next 2 are both commands, but I just want to show you the difference of these 2 imperative sentences. So again, if I say pass the salt, okay, I'm going to put a period because it is a command, but it doesn't have a lot of emotion to it. When I say put your seatbelt on, right, usually you have a lot of emotion that comes with it. So you are going to put an exclamation point at the end of that sentence, okay? So again, declarative sentences have periods at the end. Interrogative sentences have question marks at the end. Exclamatory sentences have exclamation points at the end. And a command can either have a period or an exclamation point depending on how much emotion is being put into that command. Okay, it is important to know about these sentences because when you do your own writing, you will have to know how to punctuate your sentences, okay? So the first thing you will do is to always make sure you have punctuation marks at the end of your sentences, but to also make sure you're putting the right ones there. So the next time you are doing any sort of writing, make sure that your sentences are either ending with a period, question mark, or exclamation point. Thanks and happy writing.